This is the land of milk and honey. This is the land of sun and song. And this...
Milk and Honey was Jerry Herman's first Broadway score. And it was the show that got him Hello, Dolly. And actually, you see a lot of seeds of Hello, Dolly in Milk and Honey. You'll see the birth of the Dolly Levi character in Clara Weiss, I think. And there's some melodies that will seem familiar, but obviously unique, and it's a beautiful score. But it's a love story, and it's about the state of Israel 12 to 13 years after it was created in 1948. Sort of half a generation of Holocaust survivors who have ended up there. And it centers on two Americans actually visiting Israel. One, Phil, is visiting his daughter, who's moved to Israel to live with her husband, who is a farmer on a moshav, and Ruth, who is traveling with a group of Jewish widows who are touring Israel. And these two people find each other. Phil and Ruth find each other. Neither is looking for love, expects to find it.
She has lived her life very together and polished. She's had to live in that world where she presents herself in that way. She's neglected her own needs, and I think throughout the years it's just condensed her sphere of life. And maybe it's being in Israel, which is a magical land. It's a magical place. I've been there. I had one of the most amazing trips of my life there. Being there and being seduced by the landscape and the people, and she's exposed to the Hebrew speaking and people walking with cattle on the streets, and everything is so different, and I think she's just a little off balance enough to not fall into her normal thing, which would be to just walk away.
I have been to Israel. My character has a line, the amount of Hebrew that I speak you could fit in a salt shaker. The amount of Hebrew that I speak you could fit right next to a grain of salt. I know maybe 5 or 6 words. Interesting. Toda rabah. That's one of them.
I adore Jerry. I think he's one of the true gentlemen of the world, and just a real mensch. He doesn't have any of that ego that so many young writers do. He was in love with the music. He's in love with the theater. He's in love with living.
What's most interesting about it, I think, and why we are going to do it and why it's important that we do it, is to sort of see in this season when Hello, Dolly is here, we're also doing Dear World, to see his growth as an artist. There are some magnificently mature tunes in this show, and lyrics, of course, as well, because he's the same craftsman. So the music and the dance in this piece, I think, functions as sort of the heartbeat of Israel. It's a love story between these people. It's also a love story for the land. And I think I want people to come away with an idea of how to make those connections.
I'll tell you why you should come and see Milk and Honey, because this is a really great piece of music. There's some beautiful tunes. Remember those tunes?
Come and see Milk and Honey because nobody produces it. And it's here. And it's got this glorious score, and it's got this wonderful book, and it's got these fabulous people in it.
It will open your heart, and it will ask you questions about yourself and where you're stuck and what you need to do to dare to step out of your own comfort zone. And I think we're living in a time where we all need to challenge ourselves to step out of our comfort zones, and the music will make your heart sing.